In today's video, we're going to be hearing from a Roman guard who is going to share with us his experiences during and after Jesus' death on the cross.
You want to know about today? Well, I've been at His Majesty's service for many years, and I've seen many executions. And I thought until today I'd seen it all. I mean, the cursing, the yelling, the spitting, the calling down upon the gods to judge us for the execution. But today was unlike any other day that I've ever seen. When they brought him to us, he was hardly recognizable. I mean, I didn't even understand why he was still walking. He was so beaten and bloodied, and you could tell that he'd been flogged, and, well, the flogger had done a good job with that. He was more meat than man. But there he was, and we put him down on the ground, and, you know, we're used to cursing, we're used to yelling, we're used to screaming, but he said nothing. He didn't say anything. Oh, I mean, he gasped when we drove the nails into his hands and into his feet, and he let out a yelp when we raised him into the cross and dropped it into its stand. But the other men who were crucified, they were cursing and cursing us and cursing the system, but not that man. And if that wasn't enough, what happened next, well, it really has left me very unsettled. You see, because we're all there, we're gambling for his clothes, and he had really nothing of value except one cloak. And suddenly, you know when you have that feeling that someone's looking at you, and you just have this sense that you're being looked at. And I had that sense, and I looked up, and there was Jesus looking at us. And I have to tell you, what I saw in his eyes unnerved me. I'm used to seeing hatred. I'm used to seeing contempt. But I saw love. And then he said, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." I have to tell you that I've heard lots of prayers from the cross. I've heard people pray that God would deliver them. I've heard people pray that they would be rescued. I've heard people pray that God would rain down fire and wrath on us, the Roman executioners. But I have to tell you, I've never heard someone pray for me from the cross. And the things that happened next, they were unworldly. Yes, the two thieves on the cross, one was crying out for Jesus to save them if he was the Son of God. And the other one said to the thief who cried out, "Don't you know that we are in the right place? We deserve what we're getting, but Jesus has done nothing wrong." And then he looks at Jesus and says, "Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom." And Jesus says, "Today you will be with me in paradise." Paradise. And then the sky grew dark, and it seemed like heaven itself was shut up, and there was a great earthquake, and people ran terrified of what they were seeing, and the centurion in charge, he just stood there looking at Jesus, just watching this. And when it was all said and done, and Jesus cried out, "It is finished," and he gave up his spirit, and he said, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." The centurion in charge, he looks at Jesus and says, "Truly, this was a righteous man." And then he says, "Certainly, this was the Son of God." Well, I don't know what got into the centurion. I don't know what to make of all of the events that happened today, but I think I'm going to go do something that I haven't done in a very long time. I think I'm going to go and pray for a while.